What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Gage, everyone's favorite reseller in recovery. Today I got another RC video. What we're going to be doing is building a custom crawler using a Muse Racing LCG carbon fiber chassis kit. And I'll go ahead and give you guys a rundown of all the parts I'm going to use. I tried to get everything from Amazon, keep it as cheap as possible. So I'll give you a rundown of the parts, but if you could do the YouTube things for me, hit that like button, leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite parts are to use in your custom crawlers. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I got more RC videos coming out, more resale content. So stay tuned for that and share to your friends. Let them know about me. Alright, I'll go ahead and give you guys a rundown of the parts I'm going to use. Thanks. Alright, so we're using the Muse carbon fiber LCG kit. I've got the links installed. I put one carbon fiber plate here, and on the front I've got a cheap alloy bumper mount because I got an Endura Stinger bumper with the lights and everything. This motor came with a transmission with metal gears. The motor said 330 can, but it's tiny. It looks like maybe the SEX stock motor, like 33 can or something like that. But the chassis and the links look really good. What I got to do next, I have to take these screws out because I forgot to put the sliders on. Sliders go on each side. Then I'm going to install the drive shafts. It's got the really short one and then the long one. These are metal, I believe. And then later, these are magnetic body mounts that come with the Muse Racing kit and magnets. So once I figure out what body I'm going to go with, I'll know how to install these. These just go they screw on here and here. I think you use the flat one up front and the raised one in the back, or whichever way you need to do it. Some other parts I'm going to be using, we got the Endura MB100 brushed ESC, Endura INJS11 11 kilo servo. That came with a servo mount and the servo horn. But the Muse, I'm going to be using, these are the Muse Racing Isokinetic CVD axles. These come with a servo mount of their own. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting these axles together. Comes with a 17T ring and pinion gear or whatever. They'll give this front overdrive, I think like 20% front overdrive or something like that. So that's the next step, is I'm going to be putting the sliders on, then putting all these axles together. I picked up Hot Racing shocks. I like the way they look, but I didn't know what shocks to go with. These are just air shocks with internal springs, so I put the softest springs in there. So I'll see how those work, or I'll switch to an oil-filled shock. Oh, Treel. I got the Treel brass skid plate. It's like the underslung, and it holds all the links on right there, so I don't have to mount the links here on the sides. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is the way this drive shaft comes out right here. It's kind of above the links, but maybe depending on where the axle sits, it won't be a problem. It'll just run on top of that. I got some, these are brass wheel hub extenders by Zygo, just knockoff brand or whatever. They got the little nuts, and I was going with this, trying to go with like this black and gold. So I found these brass drive shafts, but I'm gonna have to save these for another build coming up because they're too long. Or I might switch them out. Put them on my CR18P, but those look pretty good, the ones I got on there, because they got the red to match the red diff covers and stuff. Well, this was my first build. So another thing I ordered in case I needed it was this RC screw kit for Axial. I haven't had to use anything yet because most all these parts came with the screws needed, but I just figured it'd be good to have on hand. There's, you know, micro nuts and the little brass things, O-rings. Comes with a wheel wrench. That was like $12. I picked up a 2-pack of the 1.3 brass rings for the front wheels. These will add a little weight on all the corners, but this will definitely offset it. These, doesn't say how much they weigh, but they're pretty good weight. I'm going to be just using this FlySky FSGR3E receiver that I have. Came with a FlySky GT3B I bought, so I just had it laying around. And for the wheel tires, they're Endura 1.3 inch. I think they're 72 millimeter pins. XX pins. 72 by 24 by 1.3. They're sticky, super soft, and they feel like they grip so good when you just run your finger on them. So these wheels are going to be mounted to Enduro turbines, the 1.3 turbines with the rainbow inside and chrome ring. I didn't realize how big they were. I was going for like a all-out comp crawler, but these seem pretty big. I'll see. I might go to a smaller tire or something, but this is what build I got going so far. I'm going to go ahead, get all these axles assembled, get them greased up, make sure there's grease in the diffs, get the front steering links assembled, and I'll put the extended brass hubs on there, and then I'll come back. Alright, I got the extensions mounted and the link riser here on the back. I opened these up to check if they had grease in them. They had blue grease in them. I got the front steering link and drag links built. Mounted the servo, the 11 kilogram servo. Just got the links go back here. Hopefully that servo doesn't affect the links. I'll have to find out. I removed, I think there's a 15 tooth gear and worm gear, replaced it with a 17 tooth, put it in here, so that should give me overdrive in the front. And I got the extensions on here too. So now I'm going to mount the back half of my drive shafts on the axles and the front half of the drive shafts off of the transmission. Then I'll start connecting the links to the axles and see how that goes. But I'm really happy with these Muse Racing axles, man. They look so good. Quality. Look at that steering angle. I'll probably never be able to get that much with the size wheels I'm running, but it's good to know if I went to smaller wheels I could. I tried to use this Endura servo mount because the Muse Racing you have to put together, you have to screw this to this, but this slot in here isn't wide enough to sit down where it has to be. But anyways, that's where I'm at so far. Alright, I got it figured out. The way that Muse Racing shows on their ad when you buy this, they show on the bottom link going the short end of the curve going here and then the long end going out to here. But when I did that, it was hitting the drive shaft. So I flipped those lower links like most other high clearance links go. And that works. I got the upper links attached to the link riser. And I got the Hot Racing shocks on. But what I was going to say is, I think I went with 39mm Hot Racing shocks because I like the way they look. But it doesn't, there's not that much articulation, so I might switch to like 43mm oil shocks, but they still feel good. I got the sliders mounted. So next I'm going to work on installing the front axle. Since I got that all put together, I didn't put the servo horn on yet, so I could turn the servo on and center it and then attach that. But these look good, and it's pretty heavy down low because it already comes with brass weights here, and I added the brass extensions. So, I also got the Endura Stinger bumper assembled. That should slide right in here. The body, I have a few different options, but I may or may not use this bumper depending. I think it might look cool with the body. I have an idea of it. So I'm still waiting on the wheels. They're going to come in a couple days to assemble these and put the brass rings in the front. I got the MB100 ESC. This fits really nice right here, but I think I might need the body mount to go across here and across here, so I may put the receiver on the side, the ESC on the side, the receiver over here, and then once I have the body mount I might just attach the battery right at the very front. Get that weight up here. Even though it's higher, but I think it'll still be better than down here. So anyways, that's what I got so far. If you think I'm doing good, hit like, leave a comment how your crawler is set up. This is my first custom build, and it seems to be going pretty good. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Part 2 is coming up. Appreciate having you guys here, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.